Hi, my name is Matt Carroll with World Class Coaching and with the Elwood Academy Sports Coach 2025. I want to talk to you about a session that I've designed today to work on counterattacking. So when I discuss counterattacking, the one thing I really try to hammer home is this concept of the light switch moment, of turning that light switch, changing from we are on offense to defense, defense to offense. Whether you're defending counterattacks, when you're attacking with the counterattack, it's that motion of where are we, how quickly are we able to recognize where the ball is, where the other opposition is, how we can attack the opposition, and how much we can change our mentality away from defense to offense when we're working from an offensive counterattack instead of defending them. So we talk about the teams that are able to do that quickly, teams that are able to transition quickly. They're able to recognize now we're in attacking, or recognize the space available, or recognize that the defense isn't the offense that now becomes defense isn't set, and attack their weaknesses. That team is going to generally going to win the game. If you're able to attack these things quickly and really take advantage of them. So the session is designed to create a ton of light switch moments where attacking wise, the defense isn't always going to be in a set position. We're really focusing on that moment of transition, not just the counterattack of where our runs will be, of our off the ball movement. It's really about that first kind of 6 seconds after, where the defense, if they're it's kind of preached all the time with that 6-second transition. That first 6 seconds, they're going to press you. It's when you're most vulnerable in the counterattack. If you can transition, switch that light bulb, that light switch, and get into that mindset and break the that 6-second early press, it allows for a lot more open space. It allows a lot more for possession. It allows for a lot more effective off the ball runs. Everything, if you can master that first light switch transition. So what I've got here is, we call this one the Liverpool drill. Saw this one years ago at a convention where we watched Liverpool, one of the Liverpool trainers talk about this drill, and it's something Jurgen Klopp used to do with his teams. So what you start with is one attacker against a goalie, and they just go 1v1 to the goalie and try to shoot. Okay, then you should have a bunch of balls lined up in the nets or around the net, because as soon as this player shoots and scores, or misses if they go, 2 yellow players immediately transition and start attacking. All right, so they've got the width of the pitch. So let's say you can line them up wherever, as long as they know who's going next. You got a player here and a player here, and in that initial transition, this player shoots. They're off balance. They have to switch from offense to defense. They're trying to find a space. If we can find that a little quicker than the opposition, we can make a dangerous pass here, which breaks that line of the one player. This player runs onto it, and we have a 1v0 against goal. Now, after yellow and the 2v1 goes, 2 more black players come out, and it's 3v2. And you keep doing that until it's 5v4, and then once the 5v4 shot goes off, it becomes 5v5. So let's say it's picked off here. So yellow goes, and let's say this player is able to step back and intercept the pass. So this pass never gets here. What we've got here is a player that wins the ball high up in the field. This yellow player maybe is advancing, making the run. This player starts sliding in. We can have the 2 players come out now, and we're talking about how can we utilize the space. They're making runs from behind. What can the communication look like? What can the runs look like? What do you want the player that wins the ball to do? Should they immediately go forward? Do you want them to hold up play and look for the advantage and try to create numerical overloads? It's slow in the sense that you can stop it and reset it a lot, because after everybody goes 5v5, you just reset to a 1v0, and the team that didn't start last time starts this time. So a lot of things you can do there. You can slow things and talk it up, but it's fast enough that we're keeping the players engaged. It's a nice little warm-up session for them to get involved. But it gives you natural breaks to discuss the things that you really want to see in this counterattack. So where we go from here is a drill that I like to call Sinko, where we're trying to recreate as many transition moments as possible here. So call it Sinko because it's 5v5 is a 5v3. So there's a lot of 5s, so players are just like Sinko. That's just kind of here 5, 5, 5, 5, and they call it Sinko. So we have 3, 4, 5 players here in this grid. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 players here in this grid. Oh, it'll be easier if I just drag them. So it starts with the ball with black, and they're trying to play possession. Now, generally what we do is this is more of a teaching aspect, but if you want to make this competitive, you can make it how many passes you get. Every successful transition is a point, something along those lines. But 5v5, 5 players in here in black are playing a keep away game. 3 players in yellow are then allowed to enter this grid. As soon as yellow wins the ball, what they're trying to do is transition to their own grid. So what I always tell players is you want depth and you want outlets. So you want an outlet pass where this player's here is quick. We can play him a quick pass, get it over the line, and it's easy. Release an outlet for the pressure. We'd also want depth. So I have a player sit back here. So if, let's say, black is here and there's not an easy transition, we can play to the depth and play the ball forward and create more space for ourselves. But essentially here, yellow wins the ball. They transition. They try to get to their side. And only 3 players in black are then allowed to enter the grid. All the players in yellow enter the grid. So that 5v3 on the bottom here becomes a 5v3 over here. So I really enjoy this drill because it gets us into the mindset of lots of transitions. What do we do with the transitions? How do we press? What does that press look like? So we're kind of we're going from the simulated transitions to natural transitions in this drill. You're seeing a lot of situations where you're winning the ball but you're under pressure. You're seeing where it's a misplaced pass and we can go quickly. You're seeing that light switch moment. You win the ball, you're immediately looking up, where are my teammates? How can I find them? We just went from defending, we were very compact. How do we create width from here? How do we open up space and how do we go attack this space? Do I have a player sitting out in the corner to give us more time to transition? Do I have 2 players really close so I can play quick 1-2s and we can build up from there? You know, a lot of different things you can talk about, and you can really instill this drill with what your style is and how you want to counterattack from this drill. From here, I like this concept of long transitions. Transitions is a really quick drill we do to work on, again, transition moments. It's really small. It's more of a shooting drill. With long transitions, we have, I'm just going to do teams of 3 just to demonstrate this. But usually you'd have like team of 6, 7, 8, maybe something along that lines, but you can do 3. So there's 2 teams of 3 here. And on the other side, there'll be 2 teams of 3 in yellow. If I can. And so essentially what you have is 2 teams going against each other. So this team goes here. And you can have a goalie, you can have pug nets. It's really up to you what you have available in your session. So, you know, with my high school team, we have, you know, lots of players. All this is set up. If it's not possible, you can definitely have just do this simply with pug goals. But black is going to try to black is going against yellow here, and they're going to go and try to score. So they get up here, and they get a shot off. Goes in, doesn't go in, whatever that, you know, whatever happens, happens. And it's similar to Liverpool drill. We're not building up the numbers. We're just consistently looking for those situations and attacking the space available. Now, I would say maybe you could even do, you can change the order of these drills. They're not specific to this one has to go this one first or something along those lines. Because I think this one is like more of a built-up Liverpool drill. So you could do the Liverpool drill, long transitions, Sinko, and then move into your scrimmage or however you want. You can kind of mix and match here. They all kind of flow evenly. So as soon as black shoots, yellow immediately comes off. The other yellow team, in true transitions, if you miss, you're off. If you miss, shoot, whatever, it doesn't matter. Immediately, the next team comes on. So they can position players wide. You can play. You can position players in. You can position numerical overloads, whatever it may be. But then, as soon as they miss, yellow starts with the ball, and they go and immediately try to transition them. So you have players that are moving forward. The transition moment happens, and immediately yellow is trying to run past them and beat them and put them on their heels. looking to get behind them and see their numbers and break lines quickly. So again, another great opportunity to just see transition moments. So it's not so much that the drill is teaching a specific thing; it's the drill is creating the situation which we want to discuss, and it's creating it and repeating it, repeating it. So as a coach, what I would like to see more of is like you're stopping play, or you're waiting for a natural pause in the game, and you're saying, "That's awesome. This is what worked well." Or in this situation, let's run this back. You were here. You were here. Here's how I'd like you to attack the situation a little differently to create more space. And again, all three of these drills, you're going to see transitions. You're going to see those light switch moments. You're going to be able to train them, but you're also going to be given kind of natural pauses to walk through them and explain to the players what you want in your style of play. So one thing we got set up now is we're going to have an email available that you guys can email me directly. With the comments, I didn't always get them. You can email me directly and ask me any questions you have about the drills, anything you saw, anything you'd like more explained, anything you're like, hey, I don't agree with that. I'd love to hear, kind of things you do, and I'd love to learn some of the ways that you guys teach counterattacking. So that email will be included in below in the info about the video. So once again, my name is Matt Carroll with World Class Coaching, and with the help of Academy Sports Coach 2025, I hope the session finds you well.